your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
He's Jamie Lent. I'm Chois Woodman in for Chuck today. Jeff McGuire across the way handling us. Keep your thoughts and comments coming in the Yates Flooring Center chat line. We'll talk some more Texas Tech football here as we got Big 12 preseason poll released. Usually they stagger these things, but they had the poll and the all Big 12 preseason team. So I don't know why, if they thought too many people would just be out on vacation on July 3rd or something like that.
Make sure they get it in.
Yeah, just make sure that people are paying attention. Or maybe it's because
they're headed to the city of, just gluttony and all sorts of. I looked up the terms yesterday, like nicknames for Las Vegas.
Well, it's the Sin City's the main one.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That's the main one, but there's a bunch of them, and I don't know. They were cracking me up.
Really, is it the people feast a bunch there? Is that what?
What is it? I gotta read them to you.
Do you know the 7 deadly sins? I probably could only name them because of the movie Seven, which is a sick, twisted movie. We talked a lot of movies this morning. Have you seen that movie?
What is it?
Seven with Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt.
And Gwyneth Paltrow.
And
I have not seen it. The Glitter Gulch. City of Second Chances.
Glitter Gulch.
City That Never Sleeps.
How is it? Okay.
I always thought that was New York.
I did too. The marriage capital of the world.
I knew that.
Okay, just hold on though. City of Lost Wages.
Okay.
The Boneyard.
All right.
Adult Disneyland. Gluttony Central. The Neon City.
Okay.
Sin City.
Okay.
The divorce capital of America.
All right. Like it causes the most divorces. I don't think people are getting divorces there. But
gambling capital of the world. The desert oasis. And the entertainment capital of the world.
Okay. I've heard probably half of those, not all, but which one will fit Jamie Lent the most when he's there next week?
What one will fit Jamie Lent? Let me see. No.
The divorce capital of the world? No.
Desert oasis.
Okay. Where's your oasis going to be?
I don't know.
You going to jog down to the Las Vegas sign, take a picture, and jog back? It's quite a ways from where we're at.
So there is a real sign here? Yeah, welcome to Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's on
big time.
It's on the far north side of the strip, I think. So we could walk by and see the giant empty lot where they're going to put the A's stadium if you want. I don't think they've started.
That sounds super exciting to go to an empty lot.
Okay. I don't think they've started any construction there. They may have actually started tearing down one of the hotels that's going to be part of it. I think the Tropicana is one that they're tearing down, but we could go see the empty lot where they're going to put it in 2028. Seems like a long time.
So it'll be just like when the A's are playing there.
Exactly.
Empty lot.
No, I actually think there are going to be a ton of people that go to the A's games when they move to Vegas because so many people will plan a Vegas trip around their team playing against the A's. I think you'll have a lot of people that are like, hey, we can go to Vegas this week or weekend because the Rangers are playing the A's here. Mm-hmm. And we were going to go to Vegas anyway, so we'll schedule it there and go check out this ballpark.
Sounds like a great time for the Woodman family.
Family, no.
All 6 would love it.
Don't think so.
The brothers, though. I could see a brothers trip.
Sure, yeah, we could do that. More me and the wife. I mean, kids will not take kids to Vegas until they're probably 21. They're not even going to. New York and Vegas are two places where it's like, yeah, it's not exactly family friendly. Vegas far more than New York. When I say New York, I'm thinking Times Square. You got naked men running around and
there's
naked cowboy, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
He's your boy.
My boy.
You told me about him before I went to New York the first time, and then there he was.
The naked cowboy guy is totally fair, but I think New York City is way more, Agreed. 1,000 times more family friendly than Vegas.
Agreed, yeah.
And nobody's handing you
right. I would feel much
cards.
more comfortable taking my kids to New York right now than I would to Vegas when there's a lot of flesh showing everywhere if you go out past 7 o'clock in Vegas. But yeah, anyways.
Luckily we'll already be back to the hotel room by then, waiting on our delivery.
You use this word "we" very loosely.
Oh, didn't you hear? You're grounded.
I don't know if Jamie's gonna see me a whole lot during this trip. We're gonna go. The one place I'm gonna try to drag Jamie to is a place called Black Tap Burger Bar. And they have really good burgers and
Slot
shakes that they put like 5 desserts on top of the shake.
Okay.
So they'll put like a full slice of cake on top of your shake there.
Just what I need.
You look like you could use it. You need a few more LBs packing on. It's the gluttony capital of America, remember?
Man, that's right.
I mean, you gotta live it up a little. Mm-hmm. So that's the one place some sort of burger joint is where I'm going to drag you, and that'll be about it. And we'll go watch LeBron and Team USA.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Did you see? Yeah, it should be fun. I'm very excited about the basketball game.
He was being sarcastic.
No, I'm excited about the basketball game.
Really?
I am, yeah.
Like, legitimately?
Yeah, it's cool.
Because every time other time you said LeBron, you were being very sarcastic.
I said and Team USA. That's probably the part he's more excited about, the Team USA part. Because this will be the last game, their last, I guess, tune-up game before they head to Paris for the Olympics. So they're going to beat up on Canada by 50, hopefully. And that should be fun, yeah. But did you see in that arena we'll be in next week what happened last night?
I did not see.
Caitlin Clark helped get the largest crowd since 1999 in the WNBA. Last night, 20,366 fans were in attendance for the Aces Fever game in Vegas.
And 98% of the players in the league hated it.
The players, but the fans loved it.
Largest
crowd since 99, back when Cheryl Swoops was playing. I think it was the 5th largest crowd in WNBA history.
She's helping to make those women money, and none of them like her.
They hate her for it. Jealousy is ruling that league right now, but it's also making them money. You're listening to The Morning Drive right here on Double T 97.3.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
It's a Wednesday with the Morning Drive on Double T 97.3 and Double T 97.3.com. 6:45 means it's time for this day in sports history. Jeff, take it away.
Going to start in 1944. Oriole Park, then a minor league baseball stadium, burns down in Baltimore. The cause is speculated to be a disregarded cigarette.
Disregarded cigarette burns down a ballpark.
Kids, don't smoke.
That'll help.
1944. Atlanta Braves' Tony Collinger is the first National League player and only pitcher to hit 2 grand slams in a Major League Baseball game. They end up winning 17-3 against the San Francisco Giants. 1974, pitching in the Major League Baseball record 13th consecutive game for the LA Dodgers, Mike Marshall saves Tommy John's 4-1 win over the Cincinnati Reds.
He pitched in 13 straight games?
Yes.
Wow.
That's silly.
That's crazy.
There's no such thing as arm
Well, you
trouble
heard who
back
his
then.
teammate was, right?
Yeah.
Tommy John.
Tommy John.
Yeah.
That was a guy?
It was.
I thought that was an underwear.
Never mind.
Yeah,
No.
that is a brand of underwear.
Why?
Right? Why is it?
Why? Why did they name their underwear that?
I don't know if it has any relation to him. You gonna search through Tommy John underwear now?
No, I'm not. Thank you, though.
It looked like you were about to hit the Google search.
1981, Wimbledon women's tennis. Chris Evert beats Hannah, no chance, Medalovakia. No.
Nailed it.
Sure, 6-2, 6-2 for her third and final Wimbledon singles title. Mandlikov. Yeah, with lots of apostrophes and yeah, no shot. 1983, Texas Rangers explode for a Major League Baseball single extra innings record of 12 runs in the 15th inning of a 16-4 win over the Oakland Athletics. I'm going to need your help with this one, Jamie. 1994 Wimbledon men's tennis. Andre Agassi gets his 13th save of... No, hang on. Andre Agassi... Take two. Pete Sampras successfully defends his title against Goran Ivanišek of Croatia.
Goran Ivanišević?
Sure. 7-6, 7-6, 6-0.
Close enough.
I said I needed help before I started.
Goran Ivanišević was the player that Andre Agassi beat at Wimbledon for his first major championship. And would you like to guess?
Always.
Who was in Goran Ivanišević's wedding?
The Croatian sensation.
Tim Siegel.
Tony Kukoc.
Okay, dang. I knew it was one of the two.
They're best buds. And he is currently the coach of one Novak Djokovic, which is crazy because back in the day, Croatians and Serbians
did not get
along at all. Novak is Serbian. Ivanišević is Croatian.
You know what?
And he now coaches him to many, many titles.
These walls can be torn down.
Yeah, it's good news.
Mr. Gorbachev.
Good news.
2015, former Red Raider A.J. Ramos gets his 13th save of the year, giving up one hit in the ninth in a Marlins 2-1 win over the Cubs.
Way to go, A.J.
And because we're not going to be here tomorrow, I have a bonus fact for you. While we're eating apple pie and hot dogs and burgers and getting ready to enjoy fireworks, think back to 2002, when the St. Louis Cardinals hold on for a 3-2 win over the Dodgers. Thanks to former Red Raider pitcher Travis Smith going 6 innings, a 7-hit, 1-run ball to get the win on the 4th of July. It is National Chocolate Wafer Day.
And
it's National Eat Your Beans Day.
Yeah.
And National Independence Beer Run Day. This is for you to drink more craft beer. Okay. Not just like make a beer run because, the stores could be closed tomorrow.
Just go over to our friends at Two Dogs.
That's a great place to go.
Crafty beer.
Yeah, but stay away from the beans.
Especially if you're going to be in the car with Jamie on the way to Vegas.
Grossest thing in the history of food items.
Beans?
Beans.
We know Jamie was never poor. That's what poor people are supposed to... It's what you eat when you're getting by. Beans, ramen, and rice. Those are the things that you can eat a decent amount of and fill up.
Happy birthday. One day short of his movie title, Tom Cruise turning 62 on the 3rd of July.
Still have not seen that. Worth watching? Born on the 4th of July?
It's not a bad movie.
Yeah.
It's a very time-specific... Like, when it came out was probably the only time it could come out.
I didn't like it. You
didn't like it?
Yeah, it was a little dark.
It's very dark.
Yeah.
It's long-haired Tom Cruise, right?
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of it.
Okay.
Andrea Barber, 48. Thomas Gibson, 62. Olivia Munn is 44. And Moises Alou, who still can't figure out that he couldn't have gotten that ball and then blames a guy in the fans, is 58.
He could have caught it. Wouldn't have been an easy catch. He could have caught it, though.
Never mind.
What was his name?
I'm not allowed to say my comment here.
Was his name Bart something?
Yes.
The fan? I can't remember.
If he wasn't there, he would have made the catch.
That's what I thought.
I think he would have made the catch. I mean, he was the fan was Bartman was in his right. He was not leaning out over the stands or whatever.
Correct.
Yeah, he was. It had every right to do what he did. That being said, if he's backed away and leaned back, Elu has a chance to make the play.
There's unwritten rules in baseball. We all know that. And one of the unwritten rules as a fan is if it's your team.
And what percentage of people do you think follow that? When a pop fly goes up in the air and you're standing in the first row and the ball's about to come down and hit you, are you backing away or are you having your hands up trying to catch the foul ball? I would say 99% of baseball fans.
Do I need to show you the picture of 6 other fans
are not thinking, is this off of my guy's bat or their guy's bat?
If this was card
He's going to catch it.
You're way too high.
Do I need to show you the picture where there's 6 other fans reaching for it?
I get
the ball that hits Bartman.
I think now the number's getting closer to that because we get less baseball fans at baseball games, like baseball knowledge people. But
hey, we're just happy to have any fans at the game.
But I legitimately think that rule. I think people do follow that rule. I don't think it's 99%, but you're probably around 80%.
80% follow it?
Yeah, no, do not.
Do not?
4 out of 5 fans, I would say, probably don't follow it. But you watch a game, there's people that if your team is the one going for the ball, you back out of the way. If it's not your team, you fight for it and don't lean over. But if it's in the crowd, you go after it.
I cannot remember. You might be right, Choice. I have not done any of the counting. I have not stopped cars at the corner of the street or anything. I cannot remember the last time I watched a baseball game and I saw a ball going towards the edge of the stands and the home fan lean away, giving their guy a chance to make the play.
Okay.
I cannot remember seeing that.
Let's watch that the rest of the summer and see if we see...
Ever.
See how much.
I cannot remember them leaning back or moving, holding people back. Let him get it.
Catch it.
Let Garcia grab it. I just have not seen that.
On this day, 1863, the third day of the Battle of Gettysburg, Confederate General Robert E. Lee's last attempt at breaking the Union line ends in disastrous failure, bringing the end to the most decisive battle in the American Civil War to an end. 25,000 casualties on the Confederate side, 23,000 killed, wounded, or missing in action on the Union side. That's this day in sports history.
Morning Drive continues on. We'll get back to more of your thoughts, talk some more Texas Tech football. There's a Tech football question that we'll get to coming up as well. It is the Morning Drive on Double T 97.3.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Thrilled to be part of your hump day. 4th of July Eve. It is the Morning Drive on Double T 97.3 and Double T 97.3.com. Chois Woodman, Jamie Lent in the First United Bank studio with you. Keep your thoughts, comments, questions coming in on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. There's quite a few of them there from an array of topics we've gotten into over the last hour and 15 minutes. So we will get to a lot of those thoughts now. And Jamie's question coming up in 15 minutes. Several people helping me. Steve Bartman, the guy's name. Jamie knew that already, though. I just needed the help. Also got
Thank you for your help.
Also got this one. Never heard of that rule, Dumas guy. I mean, that is kind of an unwritten rule, right?
It's definitely, rule's the wrong thing to do. The wrong word to use, I think. It's just a...
That's what I'm saying, unwritten rule. It's not like
that's
hard
fair.
And fast.
Yeah.
Like you have to do this. It's just like, hey, if your team is the one going for the baseball, back out of the way. If it's someone else's team, smack their glove because you have the right to. He's in your territory.
I don't know if you have the right to smack his glove.
You can grab it. You can literally... He's coming into your territory. You can literally interfere with
I don't think
play.
That would be considered being a good fan.
You don't have to be a good fan.
And bumping into him is one thing, and not giving ground is one thing, but grabbing his glove or smacking his glove, a.k.a. A-Rod against the Red Sox.
If some punk named Alex Verdugo, which is a bad example because he's a Yankee now. Never mind. I was going to say, if he was in a Red Sox uniform, give me a Red Sox now. No one's important on that team anymore. Mm-hmm. If some Red Sox is rolling around Back in the day. Dustin Pedroia. Okay, Chris Sale.
Chris Sale's on the Braves now.
Okay, Dustin Pedroia is rolling around. He's going for a ball, and you're sitting in the front row at Yankee Stadium, Jamie. And he's reaching in towards the front row, and you kind of shove his glove out of the way. You're in your right.
I'm going to be trying to catch the ball. I'm not going to be shoving his glove.
Well, move his glove so you can catch the ball. I don't know. I'm probably over the line there, but I'm not sure I wouldn't try it. If Yordan Alvarez is reaching in the front row at the Rangers Stadium, I'm not sitting in the front row, so I don't have to worry about that. Those are expensive seats. This from the chat line. Probably going to get more expensive just to pay for the stupid Bally mess that's going on. Going back to Texas Tech football, here's a question from earlier. Sorry, Texter, meant to get to it earlier. Besides Taj Brooks, who's the most likely All-American for Texas Tech this year? So if you missed it, Taj Brooks for running back and Dre McCray for kick returner, punt returner, the two members of the preseason All-Big 12 team for Texas Tech. You may think, two, that's not very much. But as a texter pointed out yesterday, if you average it out, it's less. If everybody got an equal distribution, it's less than 2 per team with 16 teams in the league. And there were 5 teams that weren't even represented at all, including K-State, which was pretty surprising. But
yeah, really weird.
Anyway, to answer the question, who's your most likely All-American for Tech this year, Tech football, not named Taj Brooks? I don't know that you have any just standout candidates for that. So,
yeah, I mean, you could look at the Big 12 preseason predictions and you go, well, Dre McCray in the kick return game. That's maybe the most likely.
It'd be a good weapon.
I have a hard time thinking anybody are going to be All-Americans. You know, it's one thing. I think you can look at a guy like Josh Kelly and think, oh, he's got a chance to be first-team All-Conference or whatever. But when you're talking about All-Americans at the wide receiver position.
I mean, you're talking 1,500 yards or more.
Yeah, you're having a big season. You know, I think Jacob Rodriguez could be a first-team member at the linebacking core. But that's All-American. That's a different deal.
I think you'll have a chance at a freshman All-American in Micah Hudson. But, I mean, you're talking true All-American, maybe, I don't know, they didn't specify first, second, or third team. The fastest way to that, Jamie, a lot of times is just a DB that ends up getting a lot of interceptions. Right? That's probably
sure.
I mean, we've seen guys do that where they come out of nowhere and have one big interception season where they pick off 6 or 7 passes and.
Yeah, or you have a slot receiver that racks up huge yardage that they call tight end.
That too. Not a tight end. What? No, remember they said he wasn't a tight end.
No, I'm not talking about Jay Samaro. I'm talking about Trey Ward number 7.
Haverty?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
And wasn't he like an All-American?
I think you're right.
Yes.
That's probably why Jay Samaro didn't get it.
Yes.
It's because the Mackey's like, no.
Yeah.
No, we're not letting you call it.
And they wouldn't call Jace a tight end because they said he didn't have his hand on the ground enough.
Which is silly because he was a tight end.
Yeah.
But, yeah, okay. Maybe.
Yeah.
I forgot Trey Haverty. Yeah, so All-American, I don't know. If you get a guy that breaks out like Tyree Wilson did in one season, you get someone that comes out of...
that'd be good.
It wasn't completely out of nowhere, but... Tyree Wilson had a season, his previous season before the year he got drafted, was similar to what you saw out of like an Amir Washington or because Amir came on during. Well, yeah, Tyree came on a lot in the bowl game against Mississippi
so did
State.
Amir, though.
So that's what. Yeah. So something like that. Come on late in the season and then momentum carries you and talent carries you. So if one of those pass rushers come through, if someone gets a lot of interceptions, those are probably your best candidates to become All-Americans. Because I'd be surprised if you got a skill position guy. Not impossible, but surprised if someone jumped up and did that. this from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. How will Joey spin getting picked 9th in the Big 12? Does he need to spin it?
I mean, it's a prediction.
And you can use it as bulletin board if you want. I don't know if it's spinning it. Someone else responded, said Joey should say we don't, or say we deserve it because we haven't earned anything yet. Then he might. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's going to spin it. We can hear next week. But
spinning would be him finishing 9th in the Big 12.
That would be different, yeah.
Not where people have predicted you're going to finish. There's no reason for you to spin that.
Yeah, last year, you know what? And he may say, I'll say this, and he may say it too, but you were picked 4th in the Big 12 last year. You had first-place votes. I think like 5 first-place votes in the preseason poll last year. And you didn't live up to those expectations.
Nope, sure didn't.
I think a lot of Tech fans would tell you they'd rather be picked 9th than picked 4th and try to underdog your way to the
I wouldn't
top.
Be one of them. I would rather to have the higher expectations because that means you think your team's pretty good.
I would too, but there's a lot of people that embrace the underdog mentality. Someone says, y'all are driving 12 hours to Vegas. Why not fly? We are flying. Jamie couldn't handle 12 hours in the car with me.
12 hours with all those corn nuts? No way.
But you'll sit on a plane next to me with the corn nuts, and that'll be fine, right?
No.
Corn nuts, pickle. It's going to be a great flight. Great flight.
Choice, not everybody can afford the super first class that you'll be getting. Jamie's going to be riding in coach.
There you go. Yeah.
Actually, we're flying on the flights that you get to pick your seat. Jamie's probably going to just find the one furthest away from me, so... Oh, you got the morning drive. Still plenty from you on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. We'll catch up on some more next after Jamie delivers his question of the day right here on Double T 97.3.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3 is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
All right, gentlemen, my question for you today is, look back at last season, look ahead to this season. What Red Raider football player do you think will make a big jump from last season? And a hush falls over the room.
Wait, say it one more time.
Which Red Raider football player do you think will make a big jump?
Big jump. So
from last season.
So like kind of a breakout type of player?
Yeah, maybe so. Or maybe you say Taj Brooks is going to double what he did last year.
He's going for 2,000, baby.
Mm-hmm. I mean, are you going to tell him no?
I will not.
I will not.
I will not either.
If he wants to do that, I'm fine with it.
Okay, so from last season
to this year.
I'm going to continue to be high on a guy that I have talked a lot about, and the only reason he didn't, in my mind, that he didn't do quite a bit for you last season is because he just couldn't stay healthy. Got hurt early and got hurt again and missed pretty well the whole season. I think Isaac Smith is going to be your best pass rusher this year if he can stay on the field. And I think you will see a big jump for him because we saw some good things his freshman year. Last year just couldn't get on the field. I think he will be one of your most important players on the defensive side and make a big jump to where he can be in that conversation for all Big 12 at the end of the season. So Isaac Smith is the one I expect to kind of be your breakout guy.
Okay.
This is going to sound a little weird because I am definitely on record of being in the Taj Brooks fan club.
Oh?
Like 100% on board. If Taj wants to run the ball every time and go for the 2,000 yards, I am happy to have the quarterback turn around and hand him the ball and let the man eat. But I'm going to go with Cameron Valdez because he came back for a reason. He entered the transfer portal and had a conversation and came back, which tells me that they're planning on using him a different way or trying to use him more this year. Mm-hmm. And I think he's got the skills to be useful and be a 1-2 punch to Taj Brooks. And maybe it's in the passing game. Maybe it's balancing out the carries a little bit more. But I'm going to go Cameron Valdez.
That's definitely a guy I want to see take a big step forward, just because I like his story. And so I think, finding ways to use him would definitely be beneficial. And I just think it would be cool for a guy that came back to come back and it really work out well for him. So that's one guy I'm definitely rooting for. The guy I'm going with is Coy Aiken. I just feel like so he remember he missed a couple games at the beginning of the season, but then also I just think that the connection with him and Baron Morton.
Yep.
I just think he's going to be an even bigger factor. So last year for him, 36 catches on the year for 416 yards. I wouldn't be surprised if that number hits the 60s and he's close to 700-ish or more.
I wouldn't be surprised, Jamie, if we talk a lot about Micah Hudson, talk a lot about Josh Kelly. Wouldn't shock me if Coy Aiken's one of your top 2 receivers this year.
Definitely in number of receptions, I think he will be. I don't know about yardage.
Okay. I think he's...
Because I think Hudson and Kelly are more the, home run hitters.
Yeah, Aiken may be, right now, your best go-get-the-ball receiver. He may be the best one where you toss it up in the end zone.
Yep, and he's going to win 50-50 balls.
Yep, he's pretty good at that. And he's faster than I think he appears at times. Like you look and he can break away from players. I was like, oh. But I think that's a good pick. I think there's some other candidates out there. Duda Banks, as far as he's going to get a chance on the interior defensive line. I think any of your offensive linemen, as far as a lot of them are going to be new guys. But as far as returners, right now as we head towards the fall, Sheridan Wilson's going to be your starting center. And he's a sophomore that kind of has just surprised everybody that he's taken that spot, which is a good thing that he's gone and grabbed that spot. So that's a boring answer for offensive line, but we need boring answers because offensive line has been more of an adventure than you want it to. And then there's really 4 different sophomores that had to play significant time for you in the defensive backfield last year too. 4 different guys. I think Mo Horn may lead that group. He'll probably be one of your starting DBs this year. You had Chapman Lewis, you had Jordan Sanford. All of those guys had to play, kind of get shoved into the DBs last year when you had injuries. So I think there's a lot of candidates for breakout guys. You just want several of them to do it this season.
What if it's Baron Morton?
I think that's a fair. You know what? I mean,
what if
we want him to be
so much better than he was last year?
We want that to be the answer. And you know what? If you start 12 games, he should be so much better than, or 11 games. He should be a lot better than last year because the health. So Tech put out a video yesterday it was unfiltered reaction when the 6 players that were wearing the uniforms during the reveal saw the Adidas uniforms for the first time. And Barron has this thing on his chest, and it initially I saw it, I'm like, what the heck? His arm's in a sling again. Apparently he's wearing like a GoPro that you wear as like a vest, like it on the chest. And my first reaction, I'm like, he's got his arm in a sling again. Here we go again.
Like they would have put that in the video.
Exactly. But I'm just like the negative Tech fan in me is like, all right, there goes this season. But no. Someone did chime in and say Sheridan at center. Yeah, I hope he's a breakout player for you and stable for you because he's going to be important to that offensive line. So when I asked, did Miles Price leave? Yes, he did. He went to Indiana?
That's what I thought.
Indiana? Yeah. Indiana, and then Bradley was Boston College, I think. Does Valdez have the ability to be used in the same way Justin Stockton did, only be better?
I don't know that he's as fast as Stockton is, or was.
Valdez is your fastest running back, I think, in open field. But I
think Justin Stockton is a little more talented than Valdez.
I think Justin Stockton was good in straight line speed.
Mm-hmm.
It's just if you couldn't get him in open field, he wasn't a tackle breaker. He wasn't.
No.
I think they could be similar backs. I'm just curious how many touches Valdez gets this year. Mm-hmm. Because you have a very known commodity back there.
Sure.
And he's got tread worn off the tires, so you don't want to overuse him when you don't have to. So maybe in games where you're up by a couple of touchdowns, you see a less Taj Brooks. Or maybe that's where you want it more. I don't know. Or you put games away. But, yeah, Valdez is
I would very much like his from Taj time to the Mortal Kombat. Finish him. I want that sound.
But I also, I am curious. The usage of Valdez is a big old question mark going into the season.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Thrilled to be part of your Wednesday. It is the Morning Drive on Double T 97.3 and Double T 97.3.com, the Double T 97.3 mobile app, and on TV, Fox 34 News now. Also watchable on our YouTube channel. Go search out the Double T Sports Network. And you can watch it on the app now. He's Jamie Lent. I'm Chois Woodman in for Chuck Heinz today. Jeff McGuire back behind the glass taking care of us. Someone said happy 4th of July Eve, fellas. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you all have a good one.
Don't you
forget about me?
That's exactly where my brain went, too. Culture Club?
Don't you just hate when
Breakfast Club
everybody knows the answer or knows the reason for doing something is being done, and you get it, and everybody kind of accepts it, but the person who's doing it just refuses to admit the obvious? Okay?
I'm lost.
All right. The Los Angeles Lakers right now. Okay. They actually use the word earned when talking about why Bronny James was drafted by the Lakers. He's earned his way onto the team. He averaged under 5 points a game last year.
Earn is probably a strong word.
You mean to tell? Now, I think the kid has upside. I do. And we know he had a health issue. His minutes were probably limited a little bit at USC because of that. Okay. How many other guys have we seen drafted, college players, get drafted that scored less than 5 points a game? College.
How many have we seen? 0?
Probably 0.
I don't know. Maybe there was some guy that projected really high that was a giant from Africa or something that had been playing basketball 2 years.
Yeah, but again, I said in college. So did he play in college?
No, I'm saying if he played for 2 years in college, 1 year in high school or something, and there may be one out there.
Okay.
But I would set the over-under at a half.
I don't know why the Lakers just say we think he has a big upside. Say we think he's going to be he's a potential to be a really talented player. Say
just say daddy. That's all you really need to say.
Whatever. But
say it's a second-round draft pick in the NBA where after the first lottery picks, we don't really care.
Yeah, and we're taking a chance on a guy that we think, whatever.
I mean, in reality, that would be a more honest answer because most of the time the second-round guys don't work out. So, hey, we're taking a flyer.
Yeah.
That'd be more
you
honest.
don't even have to say we picked him to make LeBron happy or to try to make sure LeBron re-signed. You don't even have to say those things. But to say he earned his way on the team,
it's a little...
I mean, just stop.
A lot strong.
How dumb do you think people are?
Quite, actually. I've looked at the internet in the last 24 hours. There's a lot of dumb people. So there's people that buy it.
I mean, there's a lot of dumb people in this building. I don't know that we need to go to the internet.
Well, internet's the cesspool that you can really find the stupidity. I mean, there was no. I'm not going to say it.
This is the quote from JJ Redick. Rob and I did not give Bronny anything. He should have said, correct. We gave LeBron this gift.
Yeah.
It wasn't for Bronny. It wasn't for Bronny.
It's for Daddy.
It's not for you, Bronny. Okay. Bronny has earned this.
Actually,
Bronny has earned this through hard work.
He shouldn't have said. He was right. Rob and I didn't give Bronny anything. LeBron drafted him at 55. That's what actually happened. We didn't do it. This was his dad drafting him. Like everything with the Lakers organization.
Bronny's parents, LeBron and Savannah James, stood off to the side at the Lakers facility as their eldest son reported to his first day on the job in the family business. How old's the youngest one?
He's supposed to be the good one, too. He is, I think, going into his junior or senior season in high school.
Okay.
Something along those lines.
So he'll probably earn a spot with the Lakers, too, right?
Yeah. I think he's, 2 or 3 years away from being able to. I think Dad's probably retired at that point.
Nepotism is so much fun.
And you know what?
So much fun.
Nepotism is everywhere. It happens a lot of places. But this is just the first time we've really seen it as players in the NBA.
Is it because isn't Giannis's brother like a end of the bench guy on the Bucks?
That's true. We get the Antetokounmpos, the Seth Curry. I don't know if he got extra chances in the league because of Steph or not. Or if he would have been overseas if he didn't have the Curry name. Mm-hmm. There's definitely some brothers in the NBA that got extra chances at least because of older brother or other brother being better.
But, we've seen guys before that have just gotten their buddies on their teams. Or, heck, back in the day, you guys may not remember this because you're a little bit young, but back in the day, the Bulls specifically had a guy on their team because they knew he would take care of Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
Jack Haley.
I don't remember this. I knew it because
he was basically Rodman's babysitter.
Yeah, they talked about it during The Last Dance.
Yes.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, he didn't do a great job of babysitting. They lost him.
Yeah.
He got lost on a trip.
I think Jack Haley is...
He was in Vegas in the middle of the week.
Yes, he was. I think Jack Haley has passed away.
Has he?
Yeah, my wife met him on a plane, got an autograph for me.
Oh, that's nice of her. That's really nice.
The guy who...
Wait, how did she know? She legitimately knew who Jack Haley was?
Oh, yeah.
Just by looking at him.
Yeah.
You should keep her.
I planned on it.
Okay. You should really keep her. I think that one's a keeper.
You have to remember how, at one point in my life, how obsessed I was with the Chicago Bulls.
Sure.
And I think you know that, so...
Yeah, but still, that's impressive. I will say, my wife... So we were at some horse race earlier this year, and...
She recognized all the horses?
She actually recognized a famous athlete there. I'm not going to tell you who it is because it'll probably just make you mad because it's a Kansas City Chief. And it wasn't one of the main Chiefs. It was Isaiah Pacheco. She sends me a picture. Is this Isaiah Pacheco? I'm like... Him
and Tyree Kill look very similar to me.
Well, Pacheco usually wears... He's got the dreads, so he's more...
Uh-huh.
So she recognized him.
Don't they both have dreads and grills?
I don't think Tyreek doesn't have dreads. He's got the high fade or whatever.
Okay, all right.
So
they just have square heads.
But she sends me a text. I was pretty impressed. Yes, you're correct. The funnier part was, in the same picture she sent me, Chris Tucker was right there over his shoulder. No. She didn't recognize him, the guy from Rush Hour.
Yeah.
He's there. I'm like, hey, there's Chris Tucker right there in that photo you sent too. So there's that. All right, keep the comments coming in on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Quite a few comments and questions. We'll catch up on those on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Next on Double T 97.3.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet97.3.com.